Hey up me ducks, and welcome back to Sharpies Koi, a blustery, windy, freezing Sharpies Koi. But I'm here, I'm still here, just not done an update for a while. As you can see behind me, I've had my work cut out as the extension is more or less complete. So I've been busy sorting that. We're in the middle of now starting to decorate it and stuff, so what a series of videos is all going to come on my other channel, Sharpies World. But for now, it's an update. Let's give you an update on Sharpies Koi, because I've not done anything for a long time. So the last video you would have seen is I wrapped up the pond. I had to make a few adjustments since you'd last seen it on the last video. And also in between we've also had Storm Bloody Darragh. Now this has been coping really well. It didn't cope under Storm Darragh, I ain't gonna lie, because Storm Darragh ripped it to shreds. So at 3 o'clock in the morning during that storm, I was out here trying to do my repairs because it ripped all this off the front. It had torn the tarpaulin on the top, that was more or less in next door's garden. Yeah, it was chaos. But apart from that, I mean, it's windy this weekend. It's not done too bad, but with a few repairs, it's been alright. And the good thing is, it has been quite toasty in there. I've still been feeding the fish. I'll show you the fish in a minute. We'll give an update on all the fish that have been poorly with them bacterial and fin rot issues. But yeah, so it's been quite toasty in there, and I've been carrying on feeding the fish. Even when we had the snow a few weeks ago, the temperature, pond temperature, still hasn't dropped below 8 degrees. And the fish, although they've not been eating a lot, but a small bit in the morning, a small bit at night, they've gobbled it up. And I've not had to net any floating food out. So yeah, they've been doing really well. It's been quite toasty in there. The outside temps at the min are 5 degrees. So I'll have a look what the temperature is in there in a minute. And the water temperature, like I say, is not dropped below 8. But today is absolutely freezing. My hands are red raw, so I'm just doing a filter clean. I need to make sure I keep on top of that this winter, because last winter I think I did neglect it slightly, hence why it didn't help with these bacterial issues. I wasn't doing it as often as I should have done, I don't think, during the winter. And as you can see as well, the mind your own business with all the frost, it's still going well. It's quite moist in there as well, so it's still going. That plant, I cut it back once, you won't believe it, look at it, it's growing back. So it just shows you how toasty it is in there. I've got a couple of more racers from the in-laws as well. They're all in there, so they should be keeping away from the frost. I've not had a chance to do anything with the roof, that's why this is still on. I did want to get the corrugated stuff on across the top, but I've just not had a chance. As you know, I've had my work cut out. But this winter was just a test with this stuff, really. I think for next winter I am going to do it slightly different, a bit more polycarbonate. I need to do a bit more prep, a bit well before the winter comes as well, I think, because yeah, like I say, Storm Darragh, as you can see, look at all this. That's just where Storm Darragh ripped it to pieces. And God knows how many of these push buttons I've been going through. So all I do, so let's say I was, well, I'll tell you what I do when I come to feed the fish. So I'll come up this end, unclip these. I don't have to unclip them all when I come to feed it, to be fair. I just sort of unclip the corner, put the food in, and do the same again when I come to let them out. And then, if I need to be in there a while, I'll then just attach that to the side, so that just stays up there. I do the same for that corner. Each corner are all the same. I can just unflap them all. So when I'm doing my backy clean, I do the same on that one. But already, as soon as I put my head in here, you can feel the difference. I mean, it's windy as hell today. It's freezing out. You don't feel the chill in here. You don't feel that wind. So hence why you can see, look, my wind chime, it's not moving. The thermometer's not moving, and I do have this open. the plants aren't moving. But it just shows you how much it keeps that wind chill off. It's done really well. And the fish, as you can see, are still swimming around. There's just one push button I need to repair, but I'll do that in a bit. I'll put that there for now. Mind your own business. I mean, that's wet, so it just shows you the moist. The condensation is keeping that going. It's not frosting over. Like I said, that's been growing. Oh, gone a bit blurred. There's a few drips, but I've had to pierce a few holes in because of the way the water was sitting on the tarpaulin. So you do get the odd bit of rainwater still coming in, but that's because I've not done anything with the roof. So yeah, I mean, like I said on the previous video, it's not about heating it, because I know it's not going to heat the water or anything, but it's more to stop this wind chill. And like I said, it's windy as hell today. You can't feel the wind in here. That's only really just started moving because I've got this hatch open, but it's keeping that wind chill off is what we wanted. And I think that's what's helping with the water and the up and down temps as well, so the water shouldn't really having to rapidly drop or rapidly heat up again, which should help the fish. Fish don't like the massive changes like that. It has to be a steady change, so and I think that's why it's helping. I mean, yes, so in terms of time scale, this is the weekend before Christmas, and I know we've got to get into January yet, where January and February are probably the two coldest months of the year. I mean, up until this weekend, this week has been quite mild. The week before was up and down, and then it was the week before that where I think it snowed. It might have been the week before, I can't remember. But we've had some really mild days, which you can get in December nowadays. So the biggest test will come January, I know that. But yeah, he's keeping that wind chill off is what I wanted. So here, just unwrap that one. I can check the water temp. As you can see, 8 degrees. Just won't drop below 8 degrees. It's great. So the fish have been doing alright. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a swirl around the nexus, do another drop, and then we'll get the fish out that have been poorly. So as you know, you've been watching my videos all year. I've had so many issues with fin rots. It's been a bit of a bad year really for Sharpies Koi in terms of my fish. But using Virkon, which a lot of people told me not to do, or said such and such is better. Well, I'm sorry, but Virkon has cleared up my pond. It's killed all the bad bacteria that's in there. I've had no issues. I was using a lot of Virkon tablets to be fair in the end. And as far as I'm concerned, it's cleared it up no end. Because since I lost the last fish, which one was it last? You tell me, I can't remember now. It might have been Mashiro Becco. Or no, it might have been the Lemon Harawaki that I had to cull in the end because it got really bad. So, but yeah, not lost any fish. Touched Jocking Wood. And the 3 fish that have been, who had the fin rot or the ulcerations, you know, healing up absolutely spot on. And then 3 fish I'm going to bowl up and show you. I don't want to disturb them too much, but with it, you know, we've been 8 degrees, not dormant or anything, it should be okay. We'll get them netted out. The rest of the fish have been fine. All the new fish I've had as well from my father-in-law have been absolutely spot on. Greedy fish as well, they're always the first ones up coming up for food, which is great, especially the Jinring Chag. Marjorie, the rest of them doing absolutely fantastic. There's the Jinring Chag down there, there's the Sankey, so he's the one, probably the worst one that I had in terms of fin rot. So absolutely spot on, healing up slowly but surely. Who else was the Somi Benny Kikaguru, which is just coming there, if you can see it on camera. He's the one with the, well, the skin on the gill was all rotting away. And then the Key Matsuba, which I think is just around the corner, is coming down now. He's the one that had the issues on the flank. No other fish I've contacted anything, they've been absolutely fine. I mean, the skin on this Benny Kikaguru on the gill, which had all rotted, you could see the plate underneath before. You'll see in a minute when I get it out, healing up spot on. Obviously now the temps are cooling down, so it's hard to do any treatments in there, but after I spoke to Crafty when I met him at New Forest Koi, which was back in September, and he says, look, best thing to do, just leave the fish, don't keep netting them out every 3 days or whatever it is and doing what you're doing, because you could be, you know, stopping the recovery. or delaying the recovery, and that's what I did. Left them, and they've been healing up on their own. But don't forget, my pond is unheated as well, so I've no heat. Okay, right, so here's the Sankey. Here was the one that was worse off with all the fin rot. So you can see his dorsal fin. There's a couple of rays just sticking out the top. There's no red sort of flesh. Yes, he's probably lost half his dorsal fin and it looks an absolute mess, but the fish is alive, the fish isn't suffering, the fish isn't getting worse. There's lots of white skin healing over there, which is doing really, really well. On his back tail, that's where it all rotted. I'm trying not to get my hands in too much because the water's fucking freezing. I had to snip a lot of it away where it was rotting and it was getting red, full of bacteria. I mean, if you remember on past videos, it was completely red through the stress and the illness. Again, healing up, and I think it was on this fin, which again was all red. That's all seems to be fine as well. Eating well still. There's a bit of cotton wall growth on there where he had his ulceration. I just normally get that off with a cotton board and just spray a bit of anti-bac on it. Apart from that, I don't really do much to it. But yeah, he's not lost any weight, still quite nice and healthy, so I'm really chuffed to bits, because this was the fish I thought I was going to have to really put to sleep, to be honest with you. Alright, so that's that one. Let's go and get another one. Oh mate, you swim off. Right, now Benny Kikakaguru. Now out of all of them, I would have been gutted if I'd have lost this fish. So with this one is gill plate on this side. So again, if you're new, go back and watch my past videos for the whole year. But those that remember, so his gill plate, you can actually see the plate under his skin. Now I'm not sure what you can see on the video, but that gill plate is now just probably about that sort of big that you could see before, and the whole skin is all grown back. He's got his orange pattern on there as well. Just try and turn him slightly so you can just see that bit there. That's just where the gill plate you can still see, but that was horrendous before, absolutely horrendous. All this is new skin, all that. You couldn't see that orange pattern on it before. So again, fish doing really, really well. I'm going to let him back in there. I don't want to stress him out too much. Go on, Benny. Right, so the Kimatsuba, they're saying he doesn't really grow. He's a very slow growing fish. He's been the same size for absolutely years. But I've had him a long time. So he's one of the quiet fish who was quite early on in the pond when I first had it, when I was first getting into koi, moving away from goldfish and all that. I had 3 of these, which I thought was ogons at the time, which then turned into a Kimatsuba as the years went by. Years and years ago, he's been jumped out the pond. I found him on the lawn, thought he was dead, put him in the pond under air, came back. So he's been through the mill. Now, this side was where he had the ulceration. So if we can try and turn him around without disturbing him too much and getting my hands absolutely frostbit, you'll see where it's all now white. Alright, there you go. Do you see that white? No red, nothing rotting away. Can't see no flesh. Look at that, look, that's all white, that's all healing over. That's good skin. And all I do with this one at the minute, I net him out once a month just to check. Apart from that, I'm leaving it. Not even been spraying with any anti-bac. Might change as the winter goes on, because obviously with you know, I don't want him to get any worse with the cooling temps, but he's been absolutely spot on. And again, now I'm going to let him go because I don't want to stress him out too much. But you've seen for yourself, this one healing up, an absolute beaut. So apart from them 3, the fish are fine. That's the Ginrin Chagga from my father-in-law, very greedy fish, always first up. The Goramo over there, not sure what you can see on camera, doing really well. The Achiba's down there as well. Who else did we have? The Kajaku. I mean, thing is, they're all swimming away now because I've been netting them, but I'll wait for them to come down, and the shower as well, they're all down that end. Like I said, I will make some changes to this for next year. I quite like what Siphon, what North Pond and Dayton Mead and Coy have done with they've used the tarpaulin, but on the sides it's a bit stronger than what I've got. Like I said, Storm Darragh, what ripped it to shreds, but I think with that stuff, it'd be a bit stronger. Even though it's really helped with the wind chill, I'm over the moon. So any advice I can give to people that have been suffering these bacterial issues. So what I use, as you know, I've been using Virkon. I use Virkon quite heavily. It got to a stage where Virkon I was putting in about 10 tablets, sometimes more. But I did it on a 2-weekly basis, but I alternated that and then acroflavin in the pond as well. So my UV was hardly on. And salt baths have been great. I was using them quite a lot for each of the koi. And then the topical treatment as well. And then it was after I spoke to Crafty, who says, I could probably be doing too much, leave them for a few weeks, see how they do. And that's what I did. So I stopped the topical treatment. I did continue with the salt baths for a few weeks, but then I did stop that altogether, and the fish have just been healing up on their own. So the Virkon and the acroflavin is definitely what's been killing the bacteria in the pond. I only ever did 1 PP treatment in the pond. Someone said PP wouldn't do anything, so I didn't carry on with that. And so yeah, so for me it's the Virkon which really helps. But chuffed to bits that no other fish got anything, again, touch wood. So yeah, hopefully I'm out the woods and these fish will get through the winter, and by the time spring comes around, when the water temps do start picking up, then they should heal it up a lot quicker again. But as you know, all this year has been horrendous really. So yeah, it was just a bit of an update for you guys. I've not been on for a while, so stick around for my other channel, Sharpie's World. It won't be now until the new year. Once everything's complete on the extension, I'm going to do a series of videos from start to finish, so you'll see all that on there. And I'll try and get some more updates done for Sharpie's Koi over the winter. I'm not sure what and when, so make sure your bell is notified, so any new videos I do post, if and when, you do get that notification. And of course, make sure you're subscribed already, otherwise you're not even going to get the notification. And to help us out, make sure you do give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm out for the channel. So we shall see you after Christmas. So everyone of my subscribers, those that are watching that are not subscribed as well, still have a merry Christmas and a great happy new year, and we shall see you in 2025. Cheers my ducks, bye.